All right. So, welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone had a good break and cleared the heads and got ready for the final leg of the EU Code Week final. So, coming up, we'll be listening to your pitches. There are 4 teams, and the teams will pitch in the following order, just so you know. So we'll have the Dream Team up first, followed by Chain Gang, followed by MicroChat, and then followed by SC Babbage. So if the people doing the pitches want to get themselves ready, we're not going to start quite yet, but if they just want to get themselves ready and make sure, I think everyone has mentioned to Matthias, to Sandom, that you will need, because you will need to pitch from the speaker's channel. So if you are ready, we will start in just a moment, not quite yet, but once again, I just want to take this opportunity for myself to wish everybody the very, very best of luck. And certainly just to know that we, I suppose, and I'm using a big we, I'm saying for myself, for the Irish contingent of EU Code Week, and certainly for the European contingent of EU Code Week, that we are all quite impressed by what you're doing and very, very proud of what you're doing. And you guys should all be also very, very proud of what you're doing. I would ask you to take note that you are doing this not only just in Ireland, but you're doing this on an international stage as well. And that means something, okay? That means something. So there are other people around Europe who are also, if not at this very moment, but are also doing things very similar to you. And you hopefully will get to meet some of those people, albeit virtually, probably not in person, but virtually, certainly. So you should definitely be very proud of what you're doing. So just moving on from that, just before we start your pitches and things like that, I would very much like to introduce Natalia. And Natalia is just going to give you a few words about herself and some, I'm sure, some words of encouragement to all of you, and also just to say hello. So I'll pass the floor over now to you, to yourself, Natalia.
Thank you so much. I hope you can already hear me and see me in plenary. So for those ones who do not know me, my name is Natalia Jerzak, and together with Annika and Jakub, I have a huge privilege to work on something as cool as Code Week. And you really need to believe me that among all the other of my daily work, it's actually hard to beat the amazingness of the Code Week if it goes to your work. And so before hearing your pitches, first of all, also as Chris said, good luck, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you come up with, how you polished your solutions, and actually to see how creativity, enthusiasm, and the latest twist, accessibility, was integrated into your solutions. But at this moment, I would like to say big thanks to Pam and Julie for their outstanding and never-ending support. Together we team up with the leading teachers. Really big thanks to mentors, jury, and sponsors for making it happen. And actually really big thank you to all of you, because you need to remember that the Code Week is not only for you, but actually thanks to you. And you are becoming our ambassadors at your homes, schools, and neighborhoods. And we want you to continue this enthusiasm and sharing with friends, sharing with siblings, with your parents or even grandparents, to show them that the Code Week has no age limit. And of course, anyone can start doing it. And from our side, in the central commission team of the Code Week, we are all ahead of very difficult task. To prepare and to train people maybe for the digital jobs that are not yet existing. So that's why creativity, coding, computational thinking, it's giving you this amazing advantage of being prepared for anything that will come. So So I don't want to keep you more. I know that you are all super stressed, but don't worry, it will go great. I'm really looking forward to hearing your pitches and seeing your solutions in actions. And good luck and thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that, Natalia. That's brilliant. So I believe that without further ado, we are going to call the first team for pitches, which is the Dream Team. And Dor, Doirr, I believe you're presenting. And let's see. Yes, I think we.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And can you still see my screen? Yes?
No, you have to turn it on again, I think.
Yeah. Can you see me? Can you see my screen now?
It's just we can, Darren, we can see your screen, yeah.
Okay. So so we are Benefinder and we are Dream Team. Our app is an app like Tinder but for charity, and our brief at the beginning was to unite charities into one easy to use app. So that's what we kind of tried to do. We tried to make an app based on a similar context based off of what was already out there, but to try and make it personalized for each user at the same time. So we wanted it to be free to use. We wanted an app that links everything together so that it's easy for people to use the app, so that it is not a new concept that they have to relearn all over again. It's like Tinder, so that but it's with buttons instead of swiping, so that we could add in text to speech a text-to-speech concept that for people with visual needs, so that they could use our app as well. And we wanted it to be similar to apps that had already been released and that people were familiar with, the most popular apps like Instagram and TikTok, that we could have our pages set up already so that people just need to press on a button or swipe through so that they can go into the different categories and stuff so that they can view charities that they would be interested in. 81% of people, when they were asked why they donated, said that they were asked to donate, either by people with buckets on the streets or by an advertisement on TV. And 81% of them said that they would not have donated if they hadn't been asked. 14.5 billion euros is the annual income of registered Irish charities, and we feel that with our app we could at least double that income, as it would make it easier for people to donate on our app, because it would bring you straight to the different websites from our app, and it would link them all together so that you wouldn't have to go looking for different charities by yourself. We wanted to put accessible features that it'd be easy to use, but also make it sure that it was familiar, so that we weren't making different, like a whole new concept that somebody would have to relearn how to use our app just for our app, that it'd be used off of, say, Instagram and TikTok and Tinder, so that people already know how to use them apps. So that's where we were basing it off of. And we wanted to have labeled buttons for people for people that they wouldn't have to be guessing the whole way through the app, that it would be our categories are labeled very clearly so that people can see clearly what they're going into and that they know what they're going into, so that they don't go into something that they don't want to. We wanted to use the Instagram algorithms that over time it would personalize to the categories that you're interested in. Our categories were going to be tailored so that if you click on our mental health category, for instance, that you will only get charities that are based in that category, so that you won't get something like Pieta, that you'll get something like Pieta, but you won't get the ISPCC or the ISPCA. You will get tailored charities for that category and that category only, so that it is all organised and that it is not just categories all in on top of each other, so that you can focus on what you want to donate that to that day. We wanted to put sign-up pages for charities and people. We wanted to have them kind of separate, so that charities could make a profile, so that when they sign up for it, that they have their profile, and when people go looking through our app, then they can see the charity's profile, and then if they decide that they want to learn more, that they just click on the charity profile, and that they can go in and decide, they can read more information, and then from there they can decide to donate, volunteer or contact them. And we wanted to include the local centres, so for us that it would mean that we would know where to go if we wanted to volunteer with them. And we also wanted to include options so that people could either find out more information or skip the charity. And if they decided to find out more information, that they could donate or volunteer from the one page. We wanted our app to be accessible and easy to use, but also user-friendly, so that it wasn't just targeted to the one audience. We wanted it to be accessible for all people of all abilities, with people with visual with visual disabilities, that they could have a text-to-speech option that would be built in with the apps, that when they touch on a button, that it will read out to them, that it will read out what is said on the button. And this is a video. This is a video of our sign-up page, so that you sign up with your email and you input a password, and then it will save your login details so that you don't have to be signing up, that you don't have to be signing in every time. And this is the page of our. This is a page of our app where you will be able to go into the different, where you will either be able to skip or find out more information. And this last video is a video of going into more information on Mayo Mental Health. And this video is showing how you can go straight to the donating website, and you can go straight to the website so that you can donate directly, so that it is not through our app that you are donating, so that our app is completely secure, that you don't have to be worrying about putting in contact detail, credit card details or anything. Thank you. And if there's any questions, feel free to ask them.
Okay, so if the judges are there and they have any questions for Darren, then please feel free to ask those now. Just make sure to unmute yourselves. Just in case the judges know, you'll have to come into the speakers channel in order to ask questions. Actually, I see that some of the judges were in the plenary channel.
Hi, Darren, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, thanks a million for that presentation. My name is Roisin. I'm one of the jurors today. Really well done to you and your team. I really like the presentation. I don't know if it was just me, maybe Chris can clarify. I couldn't actually see the video of the system. Did anyone else get to see that? Can maybe some of the others come in?
I couldn't
Yeah, I
see
couldn't
either,
see.
but I think that was it was a bandwidth issue more than
Okay.
anything. It was an internet issue that the videos wouldn't
Yeah, I
play
think
across.
there was as well. The internet's been cutting out in this room for the last few days.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, that's fine. I thought it might have been just me. That's fine. Well done on the presentation. It was very good.
Thank you.
So the goal for your app is you're going to reach out to charities to get them to sign up on your app so that they can get kind of featured using your algorithms and everything?
Yeah.
Darren, can I ask? Hi, my name is Trina. I'm one of the jurors as well. You said that most of the donations that people give to charity are when they're asked for the donation. Have you thought about what will incentivize people to download the app in the first place?
We were thinking of maybe putting it so that charities have, when they release their ads, that they go and say down the bottom that easily accessed through Benefinder, so that it can be directly through the app, so that then they could go into different categories then and just go from there, and then it'll be kind of a two-way system, so that they get their donations and we kind of get our name out there.
Great idea.
Thank you.
Darren, I have another question, if that's okay. Can you just talk me through in the system the implementation that you use to ensure accessibility? I know you talked about labeling the buttons and so on, and you also mentioned similarities to other things like TikTok and Instagram and so on. But was there anything else that you brought into the system specifically for the accessibility part?
We want to put in a text-to-speech that when you click on a button, that it'll read out the text on the button so that people with visual impairments can easily know what they're clicking it to before they do anything. We don't have the code for that as of yet, but we want to put that in somewhere in the future. So that's where we're working to now.
Brilliant, thank you.
All right, excellent. Unless the judges have any more questions, I think that's probably everything. So, Darren, thank you very much. And I would echo all of their words. That is a brilliant presentation. Please do not be in any way worried that your video didn't play. It was nothing to do with you. The world and the internet was just not there. Do not worry about that. We all understand slow internet speed, so there's no problem at all. So thank you very much. Judges, were there any more final chance for questions for Darren?
I don't know, is there a possibility maybe that the PowerPoint could be uploaded and maybe we can watch the videos afterwards if it's uploading in the background while the others are presenting, just to give them the full opportunity?
Try that now, actually. I could put it onto the link, and Esau sent in a link to the chat, so I might try and send that up now.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a Google Drive link, I think, that, yeah, both Isolt and Matthias Sandem put up there as well. So, yeah, you should be able to upload that, Darren. There'll be no problem. And then the judges can have a look at that then afterwards. There's no problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Okay, so if you want to key yourselves up for the next speaker, and the next speaker we will have is from the Chain Gang. And that would be speaker AM3724. So you are there with us in the speakers channel, AM3724. So if you are ready, I will turn the floor over to you, and the very best of luck.
Will I share my screen?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
And go ahead. We'll see if we can get any technical issues out of the way first. Okay, that's good. I think you're gone live.
Okay, that's good. Can you see?
Yep, we can see your screen there now. Perfect.
Sorry if it cuts out or anything, it's just the Wi-Fi is really bad.
Wi-Fi, mad stuff. Don't ever use
it. Okay, our app is called Synclink, and the slogan we have for our app is Connect, Integrate, Share. Our team is me, I'm Aveen, Fraze, and Anna. We attend Mount St. Michael Secondary School in County Mayo. Anna and Trace are both in 5th year, and I'm in transition year. It's very difficult for organizations to communicate with each other. How often have you seen back-to-back charity events run very close together and then none for ages at all? NGOs platform that's able to communicate, plan together, and share resources. If it someone from the local could say that they need help for an hour, or chairs were needed, they could donate them. Furthermore, the community is made up of a variety of people from different instances. Platforms designed are not designed to help everyone. Market research. There are many platforms that help volunteer their time. Today, volunteer.com and volunteer management. GiveGab is an app that many different non-profit organizations. From the research we have, connecting users to organizations
And maybe if you turn off your camera and just share.
easily arrange the events more efficiently.
Aveen, can I
So
stop
the
you there?
organizations can chat with each other there. If they were both running at the event at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
Aveen, can you switch off your camera? We've missed most of your presentation, I think,
Yeah.
just because of the Wi-Fi. So if you can switch off your camera, that might help. And maybe I'd ask you to go back to the previous slide. I think probably we missed most of the previous one.
Okay.
So we can hear, yeah, we can hear you, and we can see the our solution slide.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I don't believe that you
Well,
control the internet.
Solution one.
So do you want to just go from there? I would actually say what might also be helpful is don't present, just click through
slide,
the
is it?
Yeah, you can start from the our solution slide there.
Is that missed?
Sorry, you broke up there again. Sorry. Go on, say it again.
The audio. Or is it fine?
No, we can. Your audio is mostly there.
Or a delay in the it's breaking up.
There is a small delay in the audio, but we can hear you.
Connected.
Yeah, Aveen, I'd say we can't. We're just having a difficulty. Could I ask you to do something? So if you are on Wi-Fi on the laptop or on a laptop, if you could, if you have a point that you can plug into, you would definitely do better. So like even if you unplug a computer for a moment, and then and then go from there. Also, it looks like you're using the Synclink hack. It looks like you're presenting that from online as well, which is just going to use a little bit of bandwidth. So even if you download it and present it locally rather than from Google Drive, yeah, you could do that. And then try to plug in as well too. If you can plug into a point rather than use Wi-Fi, that will definitely help as well.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
We've just moved to a better room
Okay, brilliant.
with the Wi-Fi.
Okay, brilliant.
So will I go now?
So I would say go ahead and go now. I just ask the judges there. So Aveen is on slide 6. We can see there. Should she go back to slide 4? Would that be better for the judges?
Yeah.
I don't know how much everybody else missed.
Yeah, definitely. I missed
Okay,
from
yeah.
slide 4.
Yeah, so Aveen, if you could go back to slide 4 or nearly even slide 3. I'm sorry to make you start over.
I'll go back to slide 3.
Perfect, yeah. And then in your own time, fire away there. I think we can hear you better now. All right.
It's difficult for organizations to communicate with each other. How often have you seen back-to-back charity events which run very close to each other and then none for like months on end? NGOs need a platform that's able to communicate, plan together, and share resources. If a charity is planning an event such as a colour run, they may need extra resources, volunteers, and to make sure people are available and there are no clashing events. For example, if Meals on Wheels are looking for volunteers to help them on a busy day, someone from the local GAA club could say that they will help for an hour, or if chairs were needed, they could donate them to them. Furthermore, a community is made up of a variety of people from many different backgrounds, and in some instances, platforms designed to help people in communities were not designed to help everyone. There are other digital platforms that help people volunteer, such as GiveGab, OneToday, Volunteer.gov, and VolunteerMatch. GiveGab is an app that links you to different non-profit organizations. From the research we have conducted, connecting users to organizations has been accomplished. However, there are 30,834 non-profits, and there is no app at all that connects the organizations to each other, especially in the way that we plan with our app, Synclink. Our target market are people who are interested in volunteering in their communities and non-profits. Many of our users will most likely be adults who perhaps volunteer with more than one role, so our plan is to keep our interface. Our solution is our app Synclink. Synclink allows organizations to communicate efficiently and to plan things with ease. People from the organizations will create their profile, which will show what organization they're from, the contact details for the organization, and the members. They're able to log in resources for sharing in their profile. We have added a calendar, which is we use Google Calendar for, which allows them to put their events in it, which will prevent the events from being poorly planned and clashing. If two organizations are planning something on the same day, there will be a messaging feature for them to talk and plan it out together. For example, the animal shelter are planning to have a fundraising play in the hall and need chairs. They can post about it, and the Froya Club will have some spare chairs. They can message saying that they have those chairs. Organizations are able to chat with each other if they were maybe having an event on at the same time and they needed to reschedule. Or they can also chat when the request has been made by one company and another company can fulfill the request, with the example of the spare chairs. Organizations can also send push notifications from their profile to the club members from the chat also. If the GAA are running a first aid course, they can offer it on the calendar to other organizations, and these can send a push out notice to the members to get them to sign up. Our app has been designed with accessibility in mind. We have taken into consideration all kinds of issues to prevent someone from not being able to use their app, put the solutions in place. For example, the background of our app to different colors to accommodate needs. So we had that in our app up until about this morning when difficulty started occurring with it. So we had to remove it due to you being because you hadn't selected a color yet. Here's a wireframe about what we wanted to put in our app. For example, people with bad Wi-Fi. Our app, a majority of it, including the chat features and the organization profile, are available offline. There is a tutorial website on how to use our app, as well as screenshots of each screen with an explanation of what the button or feature will do. People with physical disabilities. It is required to say if an event is wheelchair accessible or not. People with dyslexia. We have used simple fonts as well as an option. Well, we haven't added that in yet. We hope to add in an option to change the type of the font and the text size. People with visual impairments. We have made larger text sizes in order for them to be able to see it, as well as in the future we're adding a text-to-speech and image-to-speech chat. We are hoping to add our language. Sorry, we're hoping to add our app feature to be able to change the language, as there are people who may not be fluent in English and are hoping to use our app. We changed our logo because in the first one there was a lot going on and the colors were brighter, and now it's more simplistic for people with sensory issues. Our prototype. This is an organization.
I can't see your slides moving, so I'm not sure if other people can.
Yeah, no, I was just about to interrupt and say the same.
Yeah, and I'm the same. Oh, that's better now.
Yeah,
I can see
now
it.
they're
Brilliant. Yeah.
great.
Right, thanks.
Can you see it?
Yep, that's all good.
Yeah,
we
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 can
have
see that
an
now.
organization
profile.
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, we designed our first organization profile for St. Vincent de Paul. So as you can see, there's a chat button, which will bring you to the chat area, which is the screen beside it. A volunteer button, which will bring you to their website about this organization. So you can type in information about your organization in the hint for text box and press update the data to save whatever you have done. You click on the upcoming events, the little calendar icon, it brings you up to our calendar. I don't know if you have to. And everyone will be able to see it. There is our login or sign up for an organization. You input your email and password.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are the current organizations we have our app available for. The Claremorris Heidi Town Football Club. Here is the login code, and here is an example of the sign-up screen. For the future, we hope to make the app available for everyone all over Ireland, as it is currently only available for our locality. We will be in contact with many charities, ask them to register with our app and to use it to easily arrange events and fast communication with other charities. We also hope to get people from the community available to sign up for volunteering, donating to charities online. We also, as I have said previously, hope to have it in different languages and to make it easier to access maybe learning disabilities, people with physical disabilities, and the internet. Thank you for listening to our presentation.
That's great, Aveen. Thank you. So it's the same as Darren. Just make sure, I would say, that you've uploaded yours to the Google Shared Drive, and that way the jury can see it then, because obviously it's they're doing everybody's having internet issues, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so just make sure that you upload it to the shared drive.
I think we have uploaded it already.
Cool. That's great. Yeah, no problem at all then. So don't worry about the internet dropouts. Everybody does understand. The same is with Darren as well. Everybody understands. So I'll open up the floor to the judges now who may have some questions for you.
Okay.
So pretty good. I mean, great job soldiering on through. It's so tough when you're dealing with technical issues. You know, you're nervous enough already, and then you have to deal with bad Wi-Fi. That's never fun. So I think I missed it at the end. So you actually have 4 local charities kind of signed up and using this idea already?
We do, yeah.
That's very good. So are you getting feedback from them and as they're working on it, as they're using the app?
We have gotten feedback from members of the local Freuge club who have said that the app is very easy to navigate and it's especially good for them to be able to communicate when they don't have Wi-Fi, because we live in an area with very poor Wi-Fi. So they found that part of the app good.
And that's going to be a huge part for you going forward is getting that feedback, you know, good and bad, to make sure that you keep improving it and seeing like, oh, actually, you know, our original idea was this, but you know, they're using it in a different way. That happens all the time with software. So that's great that you have it in people's hands. That's huge.
Hi, Adrian.
Oh, sorry. Go on, Roshi.
Oh, sorry, Trina.
Go ahead.
I'm too enthusiastic. Hi, Irene. Well done on that presentation. Really good. Lovely to see the work has continued very well over the summer. I can see huge improvements in the system since we saw it the last time. So well done on that for the team. Just a couple of questions. I just wanted to ask. I just missed a little bit of it there. So just to ask the questions, you were talking about the accessibility and the colours, and you were saying that you had it in, but due to technical issues, you took it out. Can you just explain that to me again? I just missed a little bit about that.
Yeah, I can explain it again. So we had where you were able to select a color, because if it was maybe too bright or too dark to be able to see, and color blindness as well would have been a huge issue. And it was fine like we did it last night, but then when we tested it again this morning, when you logged into the app, the screens were all black, like you couldn't see anything because you hadn't selected a color for the background, and you only selected that a bit further on than the login in the app. So that provided an issue and we weren't able to fix it, so we had to take it out.
Oh no, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if you take it into account the colour blindness. I missed that bit in your presentation, so that's really good. I'm glad you considered that for your users. And I assume you left the code in there, but just commented it out or removed it from being executed. Yeah. You can have a look at that anyway later. And well done, Aveen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aveen, I missed as well. You said there's 4 charities that are using the app already. I know I heard Freud, there was one of them, and maybe St. Vincent de Paul. Have they collaborated on anything? Have they shared any resources or done anything with it so far? Have you any examples?
You're cutting out for me. I couldn't really hear that.
I was just wondering if you have any example of where the charities have collaborated using the app already.
Question, please?
Yeah. Can you hear me now? I'll repeat it again. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I was curious if the charities that are using the app already, if they've collaborated on anything. I might not be getting an answer to this one today. It's okay if you can't hear me.
If you want to throw it in the chat as well, actually, you could just throw it in the chat.
Yeah, okay.
I can't hear.
I'll throw it in the chat in the speaker channel.
Sure.
Thanks, girls.
Okay, yeah. So it's just, Aveen, it's just if have any of the charities used the app to collaborate yet? And if so, do you have any examples of what they've done? And if you're cutting out, you could always respond in the chat as well, Aveen, if you want.
Well, we're still in testing with that part of the app, and also there hasn't really been any events because of COVID-19. But the events should be starting up soon, so hopefully we'll be able to see it working and see our app to its full potential.
Great, thanks so much, and best of luck with it.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
We might, unless there's another question, we might move on just to the next group, if that's okay. If none of the judges have any other questions, great. So if you do, you can always, of course, throw them into the chat or direct message user AM3724 as well if you need to. So the next group up will be MicroChat, and I believe user Wall is going to be the one to present. So if user Wall is there.
Hi, we're actually on Subdoge.
Oh, you're on Subdoge. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, will I share the screen?
Absolutely, yeah. Fire away.
Alright, hands up.
Turn on camera as well.
Alright, are you able to see that?
Yep. Yeah, we can see MicroChat up there.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so we are Team 2, aka MicroChat. We are from Croon, County Limerick, from the School of Classic Quran. And if you want to follow along, we put the link for our website in the pin link. Is our project for you? Are you a charity? Do you run activities outside? Do you need to keep in contact with others? Do you need something cheap and reliable? Are you in a rural location? And do you need to support hundreds of people? If so, then this is the project for you. Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success, by Paul J. Meyer. How it works. This system will work by having sender microbits connected to a computer, send messages through the inbuilt radio. A client microbit will receive the message, then it will store it through QQs. But then resend the message again, acting like a blockchain, allowing us to send messages for infinite distances and to infinite users. We got this inspiration from the cryptocurrency blockchains. Another inspiration of ours was the pager. And again, we have a link to our GitHub, which once again is in the plenary. What are we using to power our project? We are using the microbit. We're going to use a customized microbit to send and receive messages through microbit's inbuilt radio, along with a custom 3D printed case and a more powerful radio for long-range models. Where do we see this going or future development? We see encryption, so if you want to have a closed-net group, or if you want to have end-to-end, that's how we're going to use it. Or we have a GUI and an app for sender microbits, so if you want to send it from a phone or a laptop or a computer, that's how you send it. We're also going to develop a keyboard, a shortline keyboard and a foil, so if you want to send messages, it's just easier from the microbit. We have onboard storage for threads, but with the microbit version 2, there's going to be increased memory. So you can store more messages and longer messages. And another thing of ours is we're having different alert levels for different situations. So what this means is, if it's just a casual, hi, how are you? That would be the lowest alert level. But if something like, get out of there, there's an earthquake, that would be the highest level. And it would be sound. Our accessibility. We included a ringtone and an option to enable text-to-speech for people with visual impairment. As I said, micro version 2 comes with more storage and also comes with a built-in speaker. This is the project, this prototype we have for the moment, but we will be using the microbit version 2. Pros and cons, everything has advantages and disadvantages. Our pros, it is no complex database, it is a local file that acts like a personal database, so it's easy to use, easy to send messages, so anyone can use it. It is the lowest of the low costs because it uses very basic resources. It requires no cellular or any internet. Communication for traffic groups in natural disasters, famines, etc. And as also is a flexible network, so you can tailor it to your needs. Cons is low storage space for messages, but as I said, for microbit version 2, there's more storage. But at the moment, it can store around 65 or so messages. This is our video. I'll just full screen. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us and for organising this competition. We've had so much fun doing it, and yeah, it was just great. And if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them.
Guys, really, really good. Well done. So once again, let's open up the floor to the judges, and I feel the judges may have some questions for you. Judges, off you go.
Hi guys, well done on a great presentation. The video is amazing. A couple of questions on how you managed to get the boosted distance on the microbit. Can you explain that to me?
Okay, so what we have is the short range module, which is the normal one, but we also made a longer range model, but it's bulkier and bigger, and it's not as easy to carry around. So that's why we scaled it down to, but it still is a good enough distance.
And the short range, what's the distance on that? The short range one that's handier to carry around, what's the distance on that?
I'm going to hand you up to Peter, who is our head programmer. So I'll let him.
I think we've tested to about 10 meters.
Okay, perfect.
But for long range, you can go up to 2 miles without any problems. It will look something like this.
Okay.
Cameras.
Are you have to see our camera? Sorry.
5 seconds. It'll go up to something like this. That's a long range. So that's 2 miles.
That's a long range one with the booster. Yeah, perfect. And tell me this. So where do you see this being used? So give me some examples of use cases where this would be used.
So let's say it was a natural disaster such as an earthquake and telephone poles or cellular poles have been taken down, and it's just, and if you have charity workers out there and they want to communicate with each other, this is, as we've said, it's cheap, so it's very affordable for anyone to get. So again, it doesn't need any cell or internet, so it can communicate with each other.
So is each microbit set up as both a sender and a receiver, so you can send and receive messages on each microbit? Yeah. They don't have one central sender. It's not like an emergency services type scenario. It's different.
No, they can all individually send and receive. No, they can all individually send and receive.
See, how, like that's tricky on the microbit because you're limited. So how did you address that?
Well, what we did was obviously we coded it first, but we added in different elements. As you can see here, we have the speaker, which is enables the text to speech. The speaker's off sound, and as we said before, if it's urgent, the more urgent the louder it is.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. I've asked loads of questions. I'll hand over to the others now.
Yeah.
You've actually asked some Roisin, so I'm happy enough to hand over as well. Thanks. I'm happy enough to hand over as well. Thanks.
That was a very comprehensive set of questions. Say, okay, cool. There's this one organization who's going into the field to address that natural disaster. Would you then say, all right, cool. Well, you'll all get whatever 20, 30 of these MicroChats, and that's how you would deploy them?
Yeah, we'd ask them. How many people are they sending out, and let's say there was 20 people going out. We give them 20, but yeah, that's all you need. You need 20, and then you can go from there.
I know you said that it's cheap. I was curious if you had an estimate of the cost.
It's roughly around €15.
Okay. And it might get cheaper if there was more being produced, maybe.
Yeah, you could get both deals.
Very good. Great, thanks.
But long range could be slightly more expensive as there's more components to it, and obviously it's a radio antenna as well. So you could be looking more €40 for the long range, but they should really only need the short range ones.
I'm sorry for taking all the questions, guys. I have another one though. Microbit is my thing. I love it. So that's why I have so many questions. I know you said you have a keyboard that you're going to make yourselves. So at the moment, what messages can be sent? Is it just using the A, B, and AB buttons on it?
Yeah, but what also happens is with the speaker, we're planning to do moment. We're not sure. We're still trying to work it out.
And what messages are you sending? Like when I press A, what's sent?
Right now, you can send any message from a computer if you plug in the microphone.
Like when I press A, what's sent?
Computer will send it on. For the demo, we use Hello World. So yeah.
Okay.
Computer will send it on. For the demo, we use Hello World. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks a million. Well done, guys.
All right, thanks.
No, good stuff. All right, so that's brilliant, guys. Very, very good presentation. Thank you very, very much. That's brilliant. So we will move on then to the very last presentation of the day. So that will be from SC Babbage. So user AT 2005. I think you're queued up there, I believe. So without further ado, I will pass over to you, and you can start to share your screen and show us your presentation.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you there.
Just like just doing this.
Yeah, okay.
Can you see my screen?
We can. Let's see here. You have up there the revolution at your fingertips.
Yes.
Very good. We can see your screen. We can hear you. So that's all good.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Ayush. I'm just going to talk about our solution. So basically, what we realized is that ultimately, a lot of charities don't actually live in the 21st century, right? So a lot of charities, they still go door to door. They still use a lot of paperwork. Frankly, they're just not adapted to this digital age, and that's become even more prominent during COVID-19. With virtual school, virtual work. Everything has become virtual, and so we decided to think about, why don't we make charities virtual? And so that was kind of in response to this sort of the prompt that we got, which was to make communications between charities and communities easier and more efficient. So we decided to tackle the root of the problem, right? So what is the root? The root is that should actually be no sort of need for extensive communication between like-minded charities, because that sort of fragmentation should not exist in the first place. That's what we believe, right? So instead of having like 10 different charities tackling the same problem, say for homelessness, we thought about why not get all of those charities and all of those NGOs and sort of integrate them into like one hub and sort of put them under this sort of black box and give it a label, say a cause, right? And so we call them causes instead of charities. So what we basically do is that we were basically thinking about how to take multiple charities, split them up, and sort of merge them together into this abstract cause. And so we built this website that we call Omni, right? And so here's the front page. You have our quote, revolution, our motto, which is revolution at your fingertips, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to sort of democratize donations and therefore change itself. We have for accessibility for the homepage, you can just tab the screen. Login. And you can see that it has gone up to the login page. Could you hear that? Could you see that?
We can, yeah. We can see your login page there now.
Yeah, so there was speech dictation enabled. So I basically said, go to login, and our app, which we built in JavaScript, basically redirected us to the login page. So here's our login. Excuse the shady domain name. That was the only name that we could get, which was free, and which we didn't have to pay for. So here's the home screen. Basically, what we're trying to do is build sort of a model around causes, right? So instead of having separate charities, we have causes. And so you can see here that we have your causes. So that's causes that you've joined. So this is my account, and I've joined a number of causes already. So I've joined climate, I've joined homelessness, I've joined reforms. And so the basic idea behind this is that the average user doesn't really need to see individual charities, right? So if I'm donating towards, say, homelessness, I only want to know that my money is helping homeless people, right? But underneath the hood, when I donate to this abstract cause called homelessness, what actually happens is that once you donate, you go into this sort of once you donate, the funds go to this to the Stripe account, and basically the Stripe account is sort of a shared account for everyone, but only the cell leaders can access it, right? So only the cause leaders can access it. Let me just show you how the speech dictation works here.
Guys, I think your presentation might be paused there. Might be experiencing internet issues as well. I can't hear you, so I'm not sure if the judges can.
No, I can't either.
Yeah.
Can you? What happened?
So yeah, we couldn't hear you there for kind of for the last maybe minute or two. So
okay.
I don't know if you want to go back a little bit.
Could you hear the text to speech? The text to speech?
No, we couldn't.
That's
no.
Yeah, that's where it went.
Where it ended, yeah.
Okay, because that's what was going on for like the past like couple some time. Just a sec. Can you hear now?
So I can't see your stream there anymore.
Oh, you can't see it anymore? Okay.
Your stream has ended.
So
it's all right. Just go and see. Can you share your screen again?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Can you see now?
So we can see, yeah, we can see your causes in front of us now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is basically the homepage, which you see when you log in. And I'll actually, for accessibility, for those who have, say, a speech impairment or, say, a motor impairment, we have, if you actually tap the screen, you turn on text to speech. Can you hear this now?
Yes, we can hear that now.
Yeah.
The speech, yeah.
Yes.
If you wish to help homeless people around South Dublin, then you can create a branch where you and others interested can organize. Likewise with causes, you can also join branches. Now a brief tutorial on how to navigate the website. If you wish to view all causes available, please use the command view all. If you wish to view all of the causes you have already joined, use the command view mine. If you wish to donate to a particular cause, use the command donate followed by the cause name. Then you'll be prompted to specify the amount you wish to donate. If you wish to join a cause, simply use the command join followed by the cause name. If you wish to create a cause, use the command create, after which you will be prompted further. If you wish to enter dashboard mode, which is where you can view details, notifications, and general information as well as community.
That text-to-speech thing. Yeah, so that's enough of that text-to-speech. Yeah, so as it said, all causes, say cause name is homelessness, and information, cause is climate, environment. And so if I want to donate, I just click this button here.
This is the homepage.
Sorry.
Here you can join, view, or donate to different causes. Would you like to learn how to use this web application? Please answer yes or no.
So I can basically Lodge that basically sends €24, and we've got Stripe integration, so that basically goes to the that basically provides a Stripe checkout. I can say put €24. This is my email. I can pay with Google Pay. Like this, and then donate €24. I'm not going to donate. It's in test mode, by the way, so I cannot actually physically donate. Anyways, go back. And you can create a cause or you can join a cause. So if I want to say join a cause, if I want to say create a cause.
This is the homepage. Here you
basically
can
go
join,
here.
view,
I type in the
or
cause
donate
name. I
to
want to say
would you like to learn how to use this web
just
application?
some random cause.
Please answer yes or no.
And max capital, that basically means what's the maximum amount of money you can withdraw out of the cause at a time. Because when you create a cause, you actually become the sort of the cause, one of the cause leaders. What we also actually want to implement is this sort of this democratized approach where you can actually, anyone who joins a cause can actually can vote and sort of elect a cause leader or different cause leaders. Actually, there should be different cause leaders. And so I can just add some random information here. So this is some info. And I can create the cause. And then this basically means you want to add a second person or you want to add a third person. And that was sort of inspired by Robert Heinlein's cell system. So if any of you have read The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, it's a really classic science fiction book. Robert Heinlein actually described this sort of method of organizing around cells, right? So basically what you have is that the basic premise is that a singular large organization is highly inefficient, and that a couple of people, like 2 or 3 people, can make decisions more efficiently than, say, a large organization. So what you basically do is you join a cell, which basically means that you add a second person and third person, and you can chat between yourselves. You can do you could organize around. Basically, it's a way of organizing yourselves around a small number of people, so it doesn't become too overwhelming to manage. But I'm going to skip this. I don't want to add another person. But if I did, we have some PHP code that basically sends mail to whatever that the person's email is. But however, obviously, we don't have the necessary credentials to send that. So the email always goes to spam. So I can just say skip. And this is the dashboard, right? So this basically tells you what the causes dashboard is. And
you are now in dashboard mode.
Sorry.
Use the command overview to get an overview of your
to enter the cause dashboard, that's basically to say view all the causes information. That's where you see how many finances the cause has, how much the cause has. If you want to chat with other people in the cause, that's where you go. So basically, you just click
command. And to view branch information.
And so basically, this is the dashboard. You've got your header here, climate information, helping the environment. Chat, if I want to go to chat, I just click chat here. It goes to chat.
Would you like to learn how to use
we've got
this
a working
web application?
It says,
Please answer
hi.
Yes or no. You are now in dashboard mode.
Finances.
This
just basically fetches information from a database. Total funds. It's all zero because obviously we haven't really added anything yet. Events. This is basically where you can view your events.
Want to see which
we sort of wanted to be like Uber for charities in a way, in a sense that that people can sort of create events and then other people can accept events or decline sort of certain events. So say you want to help. Say you want help with some food donation around your local area, and you want someone else to come help you. So you just send out a note. You just create an event that says that, and then whoever wants to sort of joins. So that basically what that does is that it creates this sort of fluid. Instead of thinking of organizations as fixed static entities, it thinks of them as dynamic and ever-changing entities where people from people can join and people can leave, and you can attend events and you can not attend events, and it just makes it it just makes it a lot more free. So here are some events. and also branches. So basically, the reason we have branches, right, and that's inspired from GitHub. Basically, what that means is that if say you want to organize around something really specific, like say, okay, think of this, right, the South Dublin branch. So a number of people in South Dublin want to help homeless people in their area, so they want to organize around that, but they don't want the sort of generality of a call of this homelessness attached to them. So they create a branch. Basically, what a branch entails is that you're creating sort of a sub-organization for just people who want to join, and so you can talk, you can chat, you can just in general do stuff.
You are now in dashboard mode. Use the command overview to get an overview of your cause. If you wish to enter the chat, use the
so
command
in order to test
chat.
our idea, we did some market research.
Use the command.
So basically, we asked a number of young people, 25 actually to be precise. What do you feel are the biggest barriers for donating to charities and volunteering for young people? And a lot of the answers actually confirmed our fears. It was like, many still use physical paper forms, which can be quite off-putting for many people. You don't know which money you donate to, that is, if it's going to go to the right place. Some people, unless you know what charity you want to donate to, it can be hard to pick on the one that will use your money for good. So that's basically what we're doing. We're taking charities and we're splitting them up into into people, and then sort of collectively grouping those people under a cause, and then presenting like a nice and an intuitive interface for people who want to donate, and also people who want to join or volunteer for causes and their time. Yes. And another thing, actually, another thing that we had for accessibility, just a sec, this isn't working. Sorry. Yes. Yes. So can you see the home screen?
We can. We can see the revolution at your fingertips.
Yeah. So basically, Lysander from our group is really good at linguistics. So we decided to play on that strength to make our site more accessible. So basically, what we did was that we added in support for different languages. So
this site is an integrated hub for NGOs.
You can change to French.
You can donate to or join
and you
causes.
can change to
Would you like to
Dutch.
sign up or log in? This site is an integrated hub for NGOs.
This keeps firing.
You can donate to or join causes. Would you like to sign up or log in? This site is an integrated hub for.
So that's pretty much it.
Good stuff. That's brilliant. So, all right. Thank you for that presentation. That's marvelous. I'll open it up to the judges there, and the judges will probably have some questions for you. So, judges?
Sure.
Hi guys, great system. Very comprehensive, lots going on there, but I just have one question on it. In terms of the NGOs being able to collaborate and communicate with each other, where do you see that as where's the main feature in your system that allows that to happen?
Yeah, so as I said, we are not thinking of, and we're not really thinking of NGOs, but we're thinking of splitting NGOs into their constituent components, which are essentially people, and sort of getting them to sign up to a cause. And so if a load of people from a number of different charities sign up to a specific cause, that basically enhances communication, because we've got a that basically brings everyone, rather than taking this fragmented system of multiple charities and then building an integrated hub for everyone who wants to say volunteer for that cause or work for that cause, bringing them all together into this one place where they can communicate with, they can chat. We do have a chat function, we do have a chat page, and all.
Okay, that's good. I understand that a little bit better now. And then in terms of causes who may want to work together, so you may have, say, the homeless causes may want to work with the climate causes. Is there an opportunity for them to do that in your system?
Yeah, I mean, you can join multiple causes. So, like, if someone is, say, if someone is in the homeless cause, you can also join the climate cause, and so you can essentially act as like a shuttle between of information. But we don't really have anything direct. But people can join multiple causes. So that's pretty much the only sort of thing we have. We will think of something like that for the future, where we will add that that functionality where you can essentially multiple causes can collaborate. But we're trying to make it such that if you do need to sort of similar like-minded charities can sort of come under this one umbrella banner. So any sort of communication does not really need to exist in that sense, between multiple charities, but rather just one collective entity can just talk with itself.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. I just have two questions in relation to the financial side of things and the donations. The first one is in relation to how do the funds get distributed. So, we have 5 homeless charities sign up to receive donations through your website, and somebody then can click, I just want to donate to homeless.
Yes.
How are you going to split it? Is it based on size of the organization?
Yeah, no, we explored a number of models, but all of the models we split it on sort of one of the original things that we were doing is that we were distributing funds in terms of say liability of the cause of the charity. So like users would rate a charity, and then depending on how high the charity is, get more funds. But that basically that has like a major pitfall, which basically means that new charities, may not have much of an influence, may get sort of overshadowed on by larger charities who have like a massive influence. So that basically it disincentivizes sort of more people sort of to a cause. So then what we decided was the approach of cause sort of moderators in a way. So like users who have signed up can elect again, this is coming to our democratized approach. We believe that charities and NGOs and everything should be democratized. It should be open. It should be accessible for everyone. Where users can sort of elect sort of cause moderators, and then these moderators would, and then if you want to say withdraw some funds, you would ask those cause moderators, and you'd send them a request. Can I take this out? I want to use it for this. And then cause moderators might say, okay, I'm gonna look over your thing. I'm gonna allow you to take this much out of the account.
Interesting, very interesting. That might kind of possibly answer my second question anyway. I was curious, for the people who can register to receive donations, is it just official registered charities, or can anyone set up a cause and say, I want to now receive access to the pool for climate, the financial pool?
Yeah. If you want to say set up another like sort of charity, you would again, you would have to, if you are joining a cause, you would again have to ask the cause moderators if you want the funds, right? So first we actually had a sort of a very free approach where you could take money out, and then it would be sort of validated by the users. But then we realized that that's just not feasible, especially if someone creates a cause and then sort of the 51% attack, where 51% of nodes sort of 51% of people sort of vote against something that can use to be hacked, that can use to hack blockchain networks. So something similar could actually happen to our network. Yeah, so ultimately what we decided was that we would have cause moderators. We have a number of cause moderators. You would ask permission, essentially. There'd be a button that you would ask for funds. If your request would be granted if you're deemed reliable enough. If you're not, then too bad.
Okay, so hypothetically, I could be a volunteer living in Dublin City Centre, and I could say I want to do something in my community. and I can request money for that. So it doesn't have to be a registered charity that it's doing it. Anyone can do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. That's all my questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very cool project. There's so many different facets to it. That I like that you focused on, like, look, we're just going to focus on creating causes, joining causes, the donation piece. Where do you go next? What's the next sort of feature that you're going to add here?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we were thinking about is that how can you sort of add value to donations, right? Because if you think about it, if you're donating to a charity, that charity is essentially creating value by helping people. So how can you like sort of incentivize people for donating? And so we were thinking of a number of different approaches. One of the approaches that we had was actually a cryptocurrency-based approach, is in the sense that if you donate, say, every 10 euro you donate, or every 10 euro donated, a crypto coin is mined and given to anyone who donates, right? And so over time, what we'd expect is that the number of coins, like say the sort of threshold for mining a coin will go up, right? So say 100 people donate 10 euro each, they get 100 coins. Then the threshold would go up. It would be 20 euro. If someone donates 20 euro, then they get 1 coin. And then it'll keep going up and up and up, in the sense that the more people that donate, the more valuable that currency gets, because the scarcer it becomes. So if you can create that sort of artificial scarcity, you can sort of make that crypto really valuable for anyone who's donated. And so if you make crypto valuable, then that's essentially, well, I mean, it's sort of giving you money for donating, but yeah.
Very cool. And now, in terms of, because it's sort of a bit free flowing, how do you ensure that we kind of keep your causes pretty streamlined? You may have one group that sets up a climate cause, and then another one that sets up a slightly different climate cause, and how do you ensure that those sort of stay aligned, and or do you?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, you would, in an ideal world, you would expect the users to, do that. But again, with sort of like the cause moderators, I would expect there to be a sort of, I mean, okay, say someone does set up another charity, right? That's not good for them. They don't want that, because by creating another cause, they're effectively diverting the user's attention, or whoever wants to donate, they're diverting their attention to two different causes. So they're making it less likely for donations to go to them, right? And so ideally, you would not want that. So like, there is no sort of incentive to create a separate cause. It is actually beneficial to you if you join an existing cause, which is already used by a load of people. There is no incentive to, like, you are disincentivized if you create a different cause.
Cool. Thanks.
Okay, great stuff. All right. So if the jury doesn't have any more questions, then I will move on, if that's okay, to finish up. So thank you very much for your presentation. Excellent. Very, very good. And now we move on to the deliberation phase, which will be up to the jury to have a chat amongst themselves. They'll have a look at your code that you've uploaded, your presentations that you've uploaded as well. Because look, we were aware as well that there were some internet issues, and don't worry too much about that. That's fine. They'll be able to look at your presentations and see them as well. So that's okay. So now I would say to all of the hackers, all of the participants, if you want to take a small break, we've run over time just because of the internet issues and things like that a little bit. So what we'll do is, I think probably it's 1 o'clock now nearly. I think we need to give the jury at least a minimum of half an hour, hopefully more perhaps. But if all of the hackers want to pop off and again have a break, clear the head, take big deep breaths, because the presentation and everything has been done now. It's all there, it's all done. There's no more to be done at this point. So if you want to, pop off and take a break. Now the jury, it's their turn to sweat, because they have 4 different proposals and presentations and code and apps. to all go through in order for them to come out with the winners. And I don't envy them, because all of your ideas are excellent. Genuinely, I'm almost sad that you're all from different parts of the country, because if we could put you all together in one spot, close the doors for a few weeks and let you come up with something, I quite very much feel that you'd be on the cusp of changing the world, which is great stuff. So we'll let the jury off, and for all the hackers, we'll let you off. We will reconvene here at about 1:30, maybe kind of 20 to 1:45, but we are supposed to finish at 2:00, so we don't want to run too much over time, obviously, for that. So we'll look to reconvene here at around 1:30. So, all right, so very much, and we'll talk to you shortly. Thank you.